If you've been through a breakup with an avoidant, you might have found yourself replaying everything again and again and again. The messages, the silences, the exact moment they started pulling away. Because one of the things with avoidant breakups is that you rarely get real closure. And that lack of clarity can keep you stuck in mental loops, wondering what you could have done differently and wondering if they'll ever come back. And that's what we're going to look at in today's video, the psychology of whether an avoidant ex will come back. Hi, I'm Jess. I've helped over 5,000 people find love, and I run a one-to-one coaching program that takes you from anxious to secure so you can feel confident and trust your gut. If you're ready for that transformation, sign up via the link in the description box. So let's get into it. There are three main reasons why an avoidant ex is likely to come back, and I'll talk about each one in detail. 1. The veil of fear lifts. The most common reason an avoidant ex comes back is that their fears subside, they can finally see clearly, and they realize that they actually really like you, or maybe even love you. And of course, this doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes when an avoidant's fears subside, they realize that they don't feel that same pull towards you anymore, or that you just aren't compatible in the long run. But when there was a deep connection and you really were compatible, the emotions that they pushed down after the breakup often resurface once their fears have faded. At the point of the breakup, the avoidant was likely dealing with a lot of fears around vulnerability, losing their independence, and ultimately getting hurt. But as those fears start to settle, their perspective of the whole situation and their feelings about it can change a lot. It's like a fog lifting and they can finally see clearly. And I will say that not every avoidant reaches this point of clarity. Some do continue to suppress their emotions and keep everything buried. And a quick heads up, if you're anxiously attached, this next part is for you. If you constantly overthink, spiral, and second guess yourself, I've got something that can help. It's called the Self-Trust Blueprint. It's my 3-step framework to go from anxious to secure in life and love without years of therapy or guesswork. And I'm giving it away for free for a limited time. And honestly, I'm super passionate about it because I've seen it change so many lives. It's the exact framework I used myself to become securely attached, and my life is so much better for it. I've helped over 5,000 people find love. My work has been featured in Forbes, Cosmopolitan, Men's Health, the New York Times, and many more. And I've spent years refining the exact tools you'll find inside this blueprint. So if you're ready to go from spiraling to secure, sign up via the link in the description box to get it while it's still available. 2, they can't replace the connection. Another scenario where avoidant exes come back is when they try to move on, but they just aren't feeling that same level of connection with other people. They might date new people, but it's just not the same. As humans, we do have a tendency to take for granted what's in front of us. Sometimes it's only when someone is gone that we truly realize how important they were to us. When I'm not feeling well, say I have a cold or the flu, I'll be lying there in bed thinking to myself, why did I not fully appreciate all those moments when I was feeling great? And I tell myself that I won't take those moments for granted again. But of course, a few days later, when life is back to normal, I forget all of that. And maybe some of you watching can relate, or maybe that's just me. But yes, the core concept here is that psychologically we're wired to notice change because change has the potential to be more of a threat than stability. And the same thing happens with avoidance. They often don't fully appreciate the warmth, kindness, and connection that you brought to their lives, say, until you're gone. And for the vast majority of people out there, it actually isn't that easy to find real connection when it comes to romance or even at all. So they might go on some dates, have some surface level conversations, meet people who might look good on paper, but it all just feels flat compared to what they had with you. And that can be a catalyst that causes an avoidant ex to realize that what you had was rare. 3, they do the work. The third scenario where avoidant exes come back is when they've done the work or they're in the process of doing the work. And this is less common than the first two, but perhaps they've done coaching, spent time in therapy, or done a lot of self-work. In particular, after a breakup, it's possible that they really hit a low point and that it prompted them to make changes in their life, bigger changes. I've seen this happen with avoidants before. Because ultimately, people only change when the cost of staying stuck outweighs the cost of change and they can see a path forward to where they want to get to. So working through those patterns is very scary for avoidants because it requires vulnerability, which is, in some ways, ironically, the very thing that avoidants are most afraid of. It means letting go of control and facing uncomfortable emotions, which they've often spent their whole lives not doing. So it often takes a lot for avoidants to reach the point where they are willing to do the work. When avoidants work through their blocks and patterns, they do start to see things differently. Current situations and past relationships. They're better able to separate their fear from the person they were with. They might look back and realize that what triggered them wasn't you, it was their own fears. And reaching that place of security can make them realize that they want to reconnect. So there we have it, the 3 most common reasons avoidant exes come back after a breakup. If you're in a situation like this right now, wondering if your avoidant ex will come back, the best thing you can do is to shift the focus back to yourself. Build your own sense of security, reconnect with what makes you feel alive, and work on becoming the most grounded, secure version of you. Not only will that make you feel better faster, but it will also help to draw the right people in. Maybe that's your avoidant ex, or maybe it's someone else. And if you're ready to heal your attachment patterns so you can feel confident and trust your gut, my one-to-one coaching program will show you exactly how to do that. You'll learn the tools to quiet the overthinking, build real self-trust, and make clear, grounded decisions. If you're ready for that transformation, sign up via the link in the description box. Thanks for watching.